Greetings, my name is Ken Kalman, and welcome to one of our series of informal informational presentations. The future of work topic I'll present is based on the white paper and follow-up articles that I wrote in January 2017. You'll find those on our website. Based on feedback I received, my own 45 years of experience, and my vocation as a lean organization enabler, it appears that it's a topic for organizations to think about. The old thinking is that if we have congestion, build more roads. When they're built, there is significant side effects to air quality and the quality of life of people living close to the construction or who normally travel that route. Of course, there's also the cost to the taxpayer to build it and then maintain it. When people travel to work, there are additional impacts to air quality, the quality of life for the traveler, their families, and the economy. I'll answer a few of those questions in a few minutes. My original future of work writing was based on what I've seen and learned over the 15 months prior to publishing. Then the CAA released this information a few days after my original publication, and it was the genesis of a follow-up article called Gridlock, Greenhouse Gas, and Stress. As you can see, there's a substantial amount of downside to continuing to build new roads to deal with the congestion. Prior to publishing the two pieces in January 2017, I had published an article on the research I'd done on stress in the workplace. Here are some of the highlights. I'll provide a link to the articles on our website at the end of this presentation. The solution is to change the thinking of our organizational leaders and enable change while considering 4 primary factors of change. People need to be educated and given what we call the WIFM, what's in it for me. That starts with leadership and works its way down to the lowest level of any organization. Processes need to be reviewed and re-engineered to have wasted time, human effort, and overhead costs minimized. Technology needs to be properly justified, sourced, implemented, and utilized, and organizational leadership needs to understand the impact of not paying attention to risk management. Risks associated with regulatory compliance, human resources, products, health and safety, and overextension of resources are either not understood or are ignored until they become a problem that would require a substantial amount of time and effort by management resources and the potential to incur the costs of legal assistance, litigation, or penalties imposed. Telecommuting, or what's sometimes known as the connected workplace, is actively being set up by some organizations. However, it's often misunderstood, or the employees are not trusted to actually do the work. I've also found that some consulting and technology firms are overselling clients on what they actually need, i.e., selling a Cadillac when a Mazda 3 will do. The top 5 priorities for organizations to enable the change are: provide education, starting at the executive level and working down through the organization. Ensure that the organization's internet providers have the bandwidth to facilitate the data and voice communications that will be needed. Investigate the potential to access grants for your projects. There are often government and institutional grants available for education and coaching, which will significantly reduce the cost of your projects. Investigate the potential to utilize workplace hubs for those people that, for whatever reason, cannot work from home. The other significant item is going to be an investment in the human change management that will need to take place from the top down in organizations. Teamwork situations will change, as will the need for people to be self-disciplined. The assistance you require can often be included in the grants that you apply for. At the core, your organization wins by being more agile and competitive. Various studies show that productivity of people working remotely or within 10 minutes of their home increases a minimum of 10%, with some studies showing double that improvement. Of course, in Canada and other countries, we also deal with snow days. Even places like Houston and Atlanta have had business shut down due to snow or icy road conditions. The University of Berkeley published a report that quantifies the reduction in days off due to minor illnesses such as flu or head colds. IBM was able to reduce office space in Cranford, New Jersey by 75%, which is not only real savings on space-related overhead, but all of the cafeteria costs, maintenance, and parking issues that go along with having people in the office. Dell Computers in the USA published a report in June 2016 in which they quantified many of the benefits of their program to invest in enabling their staff to work remotely. They reported that each employee that was in the program mitigated approximately 1.15 metric tons of CO2 emissions and saved an average of 175 US gallons, or 662 liters, of gasoline per annum. Of course, if you're not on the road, you're not going to get into traffic accidents. If you're not in the office, you're not going to have an accident there either, and the potential for various forms of harassment is also reduced. Telecommuting often provides the basis for flexible work hours, which will allow flexibility in many home care situations. The reduction of stress, exposure to congested spaces, and workplace issues is forecasted to also reduce the costs of healthcare. I like stretch but attainable goals. What if your organization was to utilize groups that want to work but have access limitations? There are people that are often on government support programs that could be utilized through telecommuting. In one situation, a manufacturing organization was able to hire a buyer planner that had ABIX credentials and 10 years of experience, but now had some limitations due to physical ailments. There was government support for grants to set up the telecommunications and salary support for the onboarding period of employment. There are 3 links to the articles that I've mentioned in this presentation and my LinkedIn profile. There are also dozens of additional articles that you can access on our website. I wanted to keep this as short as possible, but also get the message across that there's an opportunity for organizations to accomplish a sea change in becoming lean, agile, and competitive. And with the proper preparation and leadership, it can be done fairly inexpensively. Here's my contact information if you're interested in having a discussion.